when you build something great, it's actually the people around you that change.
It's this video that she's made about me that I was like not really aligned.
In Jackie's career, she's going to have to shift her mission. Jackie has a whole nother level of her fan base that cannot go with her. And we're seeing this now. They're confused. They don't know what's happening. They're struggling to relate. And this is what happens when we are not in front of our own narrative. It's natural for people to have to want to figure out what's going on and how to place you so that they can place themselves. It's really not about Jackie. It's about ourselves. How do we see ourselves in relationship to Jackie? How do we see ourselves in relationship to her life? How do we fall into place? And so when there's not clarity around that, then this is where things become uneasy for people, and we work to try to find clarity. And this is what we're seeing in the videos. People are trying to figure out what's going on. They're trying to figure out how they relate. Jackie has to get in front of this narrative, and how she gets in front of this narrative is providing clarity around what her mission really is as she's evolving.
This was when I was like, nah, sister, this is where I'm gonna have to stop you.
Just stating my opinion as someone who remembers when Jackie first started YouTube. So the consensus I've come to is either her blocking people this way is a trauma response, or she has completely lost the plot. And my problem with that is you have a brand because of the people that you're, maybe not all the people that you're blocking, but you have the brand that you have because of us. And without us, the consumer, you have no brand. And so I struggle because I feel like it must be a trauma response. I know years and years and years and years ago on YouTube when she was first starting out, she shared with us that she was homeless. I think she lived in her car at once. And I think the whole protecting her brand thing, if it is a trauma response, it's because she just cannot have anything make her brand fail to put her back in that place, which I get it because trauma can be deep rooted and hard to heal from. But at the same time, you have to be grateful and loyal to the people who got you where you are. On the other end of that, maybe she's just lost the plot. Maybe she's made so much money and had so much success that she's just so far removed from where she came from and what she came from that she can't relate anymore, and she just feels like she doesn't need us. Let's see. 7 years ago, I went to Essence Fest in New Orleans, and I met her and Dennis there. Dennis was really nice. Jackie was very busy, didn't have time, so she didn't really talk a lot. But, well, maybe a year ago at this point, Jackie actually blocked me because she was saying in a video how that she think people find her intimidating or something. People don't come up to her because they think she's like not nice or whatever the case is. So I commented under that video and said, well, I met you and Dennis at Essence Fest 7 years ago, and Dennis was really nice and you were really busy. Blocked. And see, I'm struggling because I do understand trauma, and maybe it's trauma, but if it's not, I struggle with that because it feels like she has lost the plot. Like, just blocking people just to be blocking people is crazy. I remember someone told her, she was asking in a video about something about dyeing her hair or bleaching her hair or something like that. And someone said, just be careful with bleaching your hair because our hair, like 4C hair, is very easily damaged with color or with bleach. Blocked. The girl got on here and told the story. That's all she put with the screenshot. Blocked. I just don't understand that behavior. And then there is a third option that she just could be a mean girl, and that's just very nasty energy. I don't want to think that of her, but it's kind of hard to justify, especially with the whole Patrick Ta and, you know, all of that situation that's going on. The whole Juvia's Place and the Painted by Esther. I didn't dive too deep in that, but I understand the gist of it. And Jackie is seeming like a mean girl to me, honestly. And you can do with that what you will. I know people have lots of opinions on Jackie Aina in this whole situation. Feel free to comment down below. But if you're on here to tell me that we're always down in black women and black women can't never get up, because save it. Thank you.
Redefining her mission as she evolves. And in this moment, she may not have clarity around what that is. And this is the moment where she is vulnerable and open about this transition and this lack of clarity. And that the reality is people moving forward, some people may not be able to relate to where her life is evolving to. And that's okay. Now there's space open for new people to come in, and there's space for those who can no longer connect. There's space opening up in their life for content, people, experiences, relationships, opportunities that do align with where they are in their life. Would love for Jackie in this next season to be more transparent about how it feels to be a African woman who is responsible for so much.
This is where I'm gonna have to actually, no. So nobody stays the same forever. Who's experienced being vulnerable on the internet? They just have to be honest and say, after this week, I will never look at the internet the same ever again. I will never look at social media the same ever again. That feels like
new evolution. She is part of a generation of a big shift within the African diaspora amongst millennials and younger population. She leans a little bit more on the older traditional ways of showing up. And I think this is part of the pressure that she carries. She is being called to lean more into vulnerability and to share and be transparent about something that culturally you don't see very often. And this is part of her success. This is part of her evolution. Her husband does a great job at this. This is why he's loved and he's adored. He's a great partner for her. I love his level of vulnerability. Great, so amazing. And this is what's being called of Jackie. So she can learn a thing or two from her husband. I hope that she is taking notes.
The reason why I wanted to respond to her video is actually what I'm experiencing a lot of is the opposite. Perfect example is the auntie discourse that for some reason, I'm not really sure why that's consistently being brought up.
And if Auntie Jackie can be here to help, then hey,
That's the way to look. You feel like a proud auntie.
I prefer Auntie. Don't call me mom. So please, guys, highlight and contour for me, for your Auntie. Thank you. Auntie Jackie was very impressed. I take my responsibilities and duties as an auntie very highly. I am that auntie, all right? Let's be honest, you definitely have been binge watching Auntie Jackie's content. Take it from me, okay? Your auntie, your real life auntie. It's called Auntie Jackie's Faves on Facebook. And anyway, just think like bougie on a budget, like the stylish auntie that everybody loves to invite to parties. That'll be auntie's thing I've ever said. Wow, no shame. Street, and I'm just gonna keep it 100% Auntie Jackie real.
I don't really like being called auntie. I don't really like being called big sis. I don't owe, by the way. I do not owe, but I made videos talking about why I no longer resonated with those terms, and they were very personal stories to me, that they will weaponize any vulnerability that I share, any transparency that I share. That's not protecting Black women. That's doing the exact opposite. It has continuously showed me that I'm only valuable for labor. Protect Black women doesn't apply to me. This is me being vulnerable. I don't have the privilege of being able to experience things in real time without being harshly judged or criticized. And also, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't want to bring the internet with me in real time when I'm experiencing transitions and when I'm experiencing what I see as growth. Growing in a way that makes people uncomfortable, and I'm growing in a way that I cannot, and I'm not even saying this to be dramatic, I physically cannot go back to what was required of me 2014, 2016. It's not, I don't have it in me. I don't. And also, I think sometimes what people don't realize, and what she's even suggesting, requires hand-holding and teaching on my part that I don't have the capacity for all the time in every context. So if you've ever seen me do or say something that disappointed you, I'm gonna say get used to it, because people do that to me every day.
We need to also prioritize vulnerability, transparency, honesty with those that we value, whether they are people who are going to go into the next season with us or not.
Good solid advice. I love talking to the girls, especially the girls that are speaking to me, not speaking around me, but speaking to me, and who actually support me. Every day we stray further from God's light. What restructuring is gonna look like for me, but what
everyone's scared to talk about the downfall of Jackie Aina. You're getting blocked and silenced, and I know exactly why. It's because you are a grown-ass adult envious of somebody else, so you need to leave negative, disrespectful comments and then don't expect any consequences for your actions. While your ceilings are an inch away from hitting your head, Jackie's ceilings are touching the stratosphere. I get it, she's living a life that you don't have. Peep that gorgeous mini Kelly, by the way. That makes you look for any reason to find fault. But at the end of the day, you're not in community with her. So that opinion, it doesn't matter. While you are scraping together coins from your unvacuumed couch cushions, Jackie is having meals at 5-star restaurants. So while you are preying on her downfall instead of praying your baby daddy pays his child support payments, Jackie continues to run to the bank. So cheers to the girls' weekend, and you better watch those B words, you better watch those before you end up in the ocean. Blocked and never seen again.
A lot of people use support or friendship as an access point to then get in your life and start belittling you. For example, I've noticed in a lot of the videos people have made about Jackie Aina, they've mentioned her looks, how they don't think she's that good looking. First of all, once you start creating a video or you start a statement and you're bringing up someone's looks, that says a lot about you. It says that you're a hater. A lot of you girls as well will talk to your friends, these beautiful, gorgeous, hardworking, successful women that you've gained access to. So you now see that as a point and an entryway to disrespect. You guys refer to your friends all the time as your little business, your little home, your little platform, or you then think you're now in competition with them. I think Jackie Aina has every single right to block anyone that makes her uncomfortable. Every woman has the right to block anyone that makes her uncomfortable.
I understand why Jackie Minaj keeps blocking people. And Jackie responded saying, I am not a celebrity. You guys are not my fans. We are just talking as normal people. I am not engaging you guys as my fans and my supporters and whatever. I see you guys as regular people. So it's like, why don't you see me the same? And I just want to say that as a South African creator, I'm so jealous of American creators who get to just freely call out brands and freely call out businesses and other creators, like just wire, because it doesn't really affect their bag that much. Like, as a South African creator, could you imagine calling out a big brand in this economy? We don't make money out of platform monetization. For us, brands are our paycheck. So we don't have the freedom to just speak our minds. And I'm so jealous that in America, they get to do that. Like, so the same way we have to play nice all the time with brands, they have to play nice with their audience all the time. So I understand why she gets tired. I understand why she snaps at people, because the way she's built her brand, she's gone through and she still goes through, and she's constantly getting that slew of people who are either in agreement, completely misunderstanding her, or completely opposing her. And it gets really overwhelming. It's a lot. But unfortunately, like I said, it is what it is. You have to be nice. That is the price you pay for having the platform you have and making your money the way you make your money. It freaking sucks, but you just have to be nice. It sucks.
Jackie Aina has a candle brand called Forever Mood, and recently she released a new collection from this candle brand called Owambe, and it's a set of 4 candles. And in this set, you have names like Soft Life, you have names like Spice of Life, No Wahala in Nigeria means no problem, and Sorosoke. Mind you, this is under a collection of Owambe. Owambe in Nigeria means it's there. It's a party, it's a celebration of life, it's a jubilation. And to first put Sorosoke, that means speak up, in that collection does not make sense. But here's the real problem with putting Sorosoke on a candle in your collection. Let me explain to you. During the NSAS movement, which happened in 2020 of October, right? It was a movement, a protest against police brutality in Nigeria. We were really just calling the government to put a stop to police brutality. She was aware of it. She added a voice to it after people had to call her persistently to do something, to like use a platform to spread news about this. And at the time, she said she needed to do more research because she doesn't want to put things out there, except she's well aware of what's going on. Okay? So when Nigerians think of Sorosoke, this is what they associated with. Trigger warning, I don't want to move out of screen because this is the Nigerian flag from the Lekki massacre that was covered in blood. So now people have been dragging on Twitter asking, does this candle, Sorosoke, which candles are supposed to smell comforting, relaxing, does it smell like dead bodies? Does it smell like bullets? Does it smell like guns? Does it smell like the police brutality that we continue to suffer, that people continue to suffer in Nigeria? And before making this video, I went to check her website and I can see they've taken down the candle, which means she is aware of what is going on and she has taken it down because Sephora has even has been called out for it. Like, why would you sell something like this? And the thing for me is I am still taken aback that Jackie Aina would do something like this because I just feel like of all the people, it shouldn't be her. And I just hope
anything that has to do with her, whether you guys find it right or wrong or her right or wrong, you guys will talk about her for days and nights. And it's mind-boggling to me. It's mind-boggling to me because if I don't like someone, I quite literally pretend that they don't exist.
I don't think a lot of you remember how mean Juvia's Place, the CEO, was to Jackie Aina back in 2019. I remember this like this was yesterday, and I had to go find the receipts to make sure I wasn't making this up. The CEO, Chi went on Twitter talking about Jackie was sleeping with a married man, and that she was lying to her fan base and was defrauding them with a GoFundMe account. It doesn't stop there, but she made like 8 or 9 tweets after that, and then since 2019 has continuously thrown shade on Jackie Aina. But going back to 2019, I actually remember the black community, especially on Twitter and YouTube at the time, saying, oh, that's Jackie and Chi-Chi's beef. The blushes are still tea, I'm gonna buy the blushes. Even when other content creators were speaking out about it, a lot of consumers and fans of Juvia's Place were just like, okay, well, that's their beef. It has nothing to do with the blushes. Some people were even attacking Jackie Aina because they believed the lies the CEO spread. When Jackie Aina was not sleeping with no married man. And even if we take this to present day, a lot of these same people that are mad at Jackie Aina for not speaking up about the Patrick Ta and the Painted by Esther situation were the same people saying that Chi and Jackie Aina's beef didn't matter and that those blushes were still tea and they were gonna buy them. I actually remember a large group of people saying, why would I care about their beef? The blushes are still good. Even when Juvia's Place was promoting Jeffree Star, they were still like, I love those blushes, that doesn't have anything to do with me. So now that Jackie Aina is using Patrick Ta's blushes and this whole Painted by Esther situation is going on, she's supposed to not use the makeup. Also, the video that Jackie Aina posted was filmed way before this controversy even happened. I think a lot of people in this community are adults now. Why are you waiting on Jackie Aina to say something? Y'all don't need to hold her accountable. Y'all don't need to do anything. She's a grown woman and so are half of y'all. I do not blame Jackie Aina for not saying anything, simply because that video was filmed before the situation. And it seems like this whole situation is slowly turning away from Patrick Ta and is going to Jackie Aina and why she posted that video. We're focusing on the wrong things here.
Also, just from a basic comprehension level, saying being pro-black isn't profitable is not.
Jackie Aina is constantly dropping branding and marketing gems that will make you famous and rich, and how most of us miss it. I'm like, how Jackie was going to deal with the controversy, and she dealt with it perfectly. Jackie understands that she is elevating, she is growing, she is moving to another level. She also is aware that everybody cannot go with her. And that includes some of her followers for many years. Where she's going may no longer resonate with you. And she is completely okay with that. Now, what makes this work? The key to making this work is standing firmly on your decision with confidence. She stood firm in her decision and she kept pushing forward. And the people who are meant to continue this journey with her will continue this journey with her. And those who are not will fall off. And she is completely okay with that. If you attempt to keep people who no longer serve the space, you are then compromising yourself and you are compromising the growth and the state of the brand. When you get to the point in your career as a woman entrepreneur with a personality-driven brand where you have gotten over the fear of pissing people off, that is the moment where everything shifts for you. That is what separates non-successful brands from successful brands and iconic powerhouses. Hands down.
So that's just a little preview of just a little. People die every day, B.